I've been gone for a little too long. I've been waiting on the drummer to kick off a comeback song. I've been waiting in the wings like a dog on a chain. I can feel this fire building up a little while, and when chicken wire, sure enough, it's live, and try to stop it, but I can't. It's calling my name. 'Cause I'm back in the saddle like some old cowboy who dug his way out of his grave. Pulled up his boots, put his noir on his head, climbed up into the cold of the rain. Don't worry where I've been, I'm back in the saddle again. This time I'm taking what's mine, like a long lost out west outlaw out of his mind. I'm riding into town, no turning back now. 'Cause I'm back in the saddle like some old cowboy who dug his way out of his grave. Pulled up his boots, put his noir on his head, climbed up into the cold of the rains. Don't worry where I've been, I'm back in the saddle again. Cause I'm back in the saddle like some old cowboy who dug his way out of his grave. Pulled up his boots, put his noir on his head, climbed up into the cold of the rains. Don't worry where I've been, I'm back in the saddle again. Don't worry where I've been, I'm back in the saddle again.
You spin my head right round, right around when you go down, when you go down.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. After a great first week of football. What does week 2 have in store? The Commanders and the Packers underway on Thursday night primetime. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now, this defense for the Commanders is terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Red 38. Let's go.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Packers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the...
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. D.J. Johnson, the one who got there for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Let's go. Blue 32. Ready?
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. But you look at this defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. Jalen Lane deep for Washington. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. And they're going to have it just inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Special teams putting a mark on this game early. Opening drive, block punt.
And for one team, it's a good mark, and for the other, not so good. And this is why special teams coaches are like designated hitters to me. They don't get very many opportunities. They need to maximize when it comes their way.
Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Washington now brings this out. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready, ready. 50, green. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. That's taken. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it out. There he goes, right side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Washington now brings this out. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a third down and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now 13-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. Setting up the screen, Krosky Merritt. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You look at this Packers defense, and they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. Little lead to a 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Deep to return, Malik Washington. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Here we go. Ready?
To throw now. Here's Love. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
That's an early scrambler to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
He'll try and do this himself. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. And remember, he had his first punt blocked. Snap, and this is a loose football. And oh, that is going to be a safety. I guess I'll be charitable and say that that was not a very smart decision. Very generous, and it leads to 2 points, Charles.
Yeah, didn't we see Deshaun Jackson do something almost like this on a Monday night game against the Cowboys? Yeah. I mean, he was trying to make something happen. We totally get that. But you've got to know your situations. You got to know you can't do it there. Take care of the football. Ends up costing him 2 points.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
Touchdown, Washington! Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. All right, big problems there on the conversion. A poor snap. It's no good. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Let's go now.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
On the set.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
10 black. Ready.
Now Love. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. Here's Lane. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Ready?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Viking 18. 79 Broncos.
Throwing now is Daniels. They're looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41.
Daniels pass. Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Ready.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. Now 3rd down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Daniels looking to throw. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To the air goes Daniels. He'll try to pick it up himself. And this is going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First down, Commanders.
On 1st down, it's Krosky-Mary. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on. Hit. Cougar 19, 60 Wildcats.
Now Daniels. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Williams being motion left. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An extra point try now for Moody. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Commanders 28, Packers 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Washington now brings this out. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Love back to it here after the pick 6. Over the middle, he's got Golden. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Down. Hut.
Play action this time with Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They got his man, complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Love. Pass complete. Joe Mixon out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.